Hey folks, Jake and I are here to film a conclusion to the 25-cent sale. While I was, well, sometimes good help is just hard to find. Anyway, alright, so I got about 7 more records. They're all in the jazz genre. While I was standing there going through the bins, there was this guy. He was passing some records to me. Pretty cool guy. I think he said he had worked in music mainly. I think as doing sound for bands and stuff like that. I think he said he was pretty burnt out on rock. So he was looking more for jazz and stuff, and so he passed some jazz albums to me that he already had. That he said, "Man, you ought to check these out. They're really good." So I appreciated that, and I took him up on the albums that he was sending my way. So let's get into it. So he passed this one to me. It's Tommy Bolin, Private Eyes. Don't know much about this guy. This is supposed to be a fusion album. I looked it up a little bit on Wikipedia, and apparently this young man, he was even in Deep Purple for a while, and a couple other groups. But unfortunately, he passed shortly after this album came out at the age of 25. It is on Columbia. And it's from 1976. So that's Tommy Bolin, Private Eyes. I picked up, he passed this one to me, Lee Ritenour, The Captain's Journey, and so I took it, and of course I recognize a few of the musicians on the back. Probably the one that I know the best is Abraham Laboriel, the bass player. So I guess this is jazz fusion. I think this is jazz fusion as well. And I know nothing about this group. Passport and Aikwaku. Have no idea. But he said it was a good album. So at 25 cents, I took him up on it. There's the back. It is on Atco Records. Vinyl looks really good, so I hope that'll be a good spin. I've heard of this guy. This was the last one that he passed to me. It's Jean-Luc Ponty. Taste for Passion. I'm not real familiar with his work, but I've heard of him. I believe Lisa's shown this on her channel. It's on Atlantic. Let's see what kind of inner sleeve. Kind of a generic inner sleeve. I'll get these out of your way, buddy. Alright, and then found this, Gene Krupa. This album cover is pretty bad shape. It's held together with tape. But it's the very best. No, it's the best of Gene Krupa. It's on Verve. And but despite how the cover looks, the vinyl looks good. I guess this is a white label promo because I haven't seen that Verve label before. Maybe not. I don't know. The inner sleeve, I think, is, just generic white paper. That's the very best of Gene Krupa. And Gene Krupa and his orchestra, Krupa Swings. This album, this cover is in a lot better shape. It's on Encore. Never seen that label before. Gene Krupa. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Krupa a big influence on Kiss's Peter Criss? Alright, so now we go to Ramsey Lewis and Nancy Wilson. This is a pretty good pickup for 25 cents. Some excellent jazz musicians. Let's see here. Columbia Records. Then their sleeves kind of generic. But yeah. Great pianist, great jazz vocalist. Well, Lewis is the pianist, Nancy Wilson the jazz vocalist. So, in the last album, and certainly not the least, I found this one early on, and my jaw almost dropped. It's Wynton Marsalis, live at Blues Alley. It is a 2-record set, the gatefold, and I looked. Anybody recognize that sign? That's a Blues Alley club in Washington, D.C. It's also on the cover of Eva Cassidy's Live at Blues Alley CD. Same venue. Kind of generic sleeve on Columbia. Boy, I just can't see anything very wrong with that record. So I was thrilled to find this. Wynton Marsalis, live at Blues Alley. And that will conclude the 25-cent sale. So I appreciate you hanging in there with me, and for Jake and myself, we hope you have a great evening. See you later.